Hello everyone, it's Derek here. Back to some 1-2 NL240 action. Pocket 8's facing under the gun raising. Um, Probably gonna 3-bet. Especially after this guy called, definitely a 3-bet. Got called. I'm gonna put in on like ace queen or something, maybe like pocket tens and some kind of pocket pairs. Here we flop the not flush draw, and here we flop top set, which is gonna c-bet small. We're just gonna do a c-bet here. Definitely defending with knight a suited. Flop open-ended. Probably gonna check raise this flop. Um, we got check. We're just gonna barrel this. Actually, we're gonna barrel this and then get it in on the river. Probably do like here. Definitely gonna raise. Here we flop overs and flush draw. Just gonna continue. See betting. Here we just pick it up the pot with the open-ended straight draw, which is nice. Ace jack offsuits open under the gun. Here call. We're just gonna barrel this because our range is way stronger. We have a lot of jacks, queens, kings, and aces. And even if he has a 10 here, it's gonna put him in an extremely difficult spot. And then we can always triple barrel and try to take it down. Pocket queens against the button open, definitely gonna 3-bet pretty big. He could have like a pocket pair as well. Our ace is basically always the best hand here. We're just gonna bet like a little bit for a pocket pair to call. Maybe like $15, not too much. Here we got 4-bet by the big blind. This is definitely a jam. He can be doing this pretty light. Ace king. He had the real hand here, and hopefully we can hold. We did. We got dunk bet. Pretty fishy player. We're actually just gonna fold this on a rainbow board. Pretty much drawing dead against the queen. Need runner. And here we got paid off, which is nice. I think he has a 10 or pocket pairs. Yeah, like we said, he could have a 10. A lot of time he would call this with a pocket pair. If we bet anything more than 15, like 20, like half the pot, I don't think we get paid here. So it's pretty nice because we can have like Jack 10 of spades, King Jack of spades, Queen Jack of spades, and we probably play the same way. My barrel a little bigger though. My bet the river a little bigger if we had like a missed flush draw. When we bet that little, it's almost like crying for value. So if I were in his shoes, it's an easy fold. Queen deuce offsuit is a fold. Suited, we probably see a flop three-way since we have a discount price as a big blind. This is a loose open. Most of the time it's a fold here. Occasionally you can open. Facing big blind 3-bet, we're just gonna fold here because his range is super strong. A lot of big pocket pairs, ace king, ace queen. He's never doing that with like marginal hints. Jack 8 suited is gonna open. We're gonna 3-bet against. We're gonna 3-bet pretty big here because we're kind of deep. He's kind of deep. Just gonna fold ace jack offsuit against under the gun race. This is a fishy player called. Um, I don't mind, but once he call, it's more likely for him to call as well. And this is not the greatest flop for aces. But because it's three-way, I think we still have to like put in a c-bet. Just gonna do like a little over half the pot. Here with pocket six, we're just gonna fold. If he calls, we have to proceed really carefully because we're kind of deep, and this is the kind of the flop that aces don't want to see. Flop pretty much nothing. We probably just gonna give up here. Three diamonds. It's not a good. It's not a good flop to see bet. Under the gun raise, 7-8 suited, easy fold. Queen Jack offsuit definitely gonna open if he can fold to us. Queen 10 suited, middle position, easy open. Since under the gun already raised, we're just gonna fold. We're not gonna defend with Queen Deuce off. We have aces again here, nice. Facing a raise, I'm gonna put in a 3-bet. Here, with the backdoor flush draw, we can c-bet and we can fold. We can check. Either way it works. Here we probably just gonna check because a5 deuce hits his big blind calling range more often. So c-bet probably not gonna do much. King of spades not the greatest card, but we can definitely have some kings in our range. So we're just gonna bet and try to take it down. Good job. Good thing that he didn't have anything there. With Queen Jack suited, he raised pre-flop. We're just gonna check behind here. This is a spot where we can put in a 4-bet bluff. Smooth calling isn't too bad. Here we're just gonna put in like a little bit. Over here, we're probably just gonna call and see a flop. Here we got called. He could have king queen. I don't think he ever has an ace here. We're just gonna check behind. He probably has like some kind of pocket pairs. Oh, he had pocket kings. Okay. Here with the overs and flush draw, we're just gonna bet a little bit since he checked to us. Ace queen is definitely a 3-bet, and then we turn the nuts here. We're just gonna bet for value. Don't think he's calling much though. Here with ace queen on this board, I think it's okay to see bet. He raises. This is one of my friend. When he does this, he must have something. He could have a set. But we're just gonna put in another raise. Actually, we're just gonna put it in. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in. He could have a lot of set here. He just fold. We have aces again. Nice. Cause he's my friend. He's not gonna be like messing with us too much. So he could easily have 2 pair or something there. Maybe he was messing around with us. You never know. Here we got called. Not the greatest flop for aces. We're just gonna check here. See what he does. Just to balance our range a little bit. So when we're checking, like sometimes we have a really strong hand as well. Turn top sets. We're only losing to King Jack, which he flop a straight if he had the King Jack. We're just gonna check because we unblock diamonds, so he could be like bluffing with diamonds, ace of diamond here. Just gonna check here. We're just gonna check call. Ace Jack is definitely 3-bet. We river the nut bolt. I don't. I'm gonna try to bet like really small and then try to induce a bluff. Here we got 4 bet. We're just gonna fold. Not exactly sure what he has. I'm just gonna bet like really little, like $20, like a little under half the pot, and hopefully he goes crazy and try to bluff us. I mean, he could have like something really strong here as well. I guess he just doesn't have anything. Maybe like a small pocket pair. Since he racing early position and just flat call or 3 bets, a lot of time that's just a small pocket pair. And only weaker players play that way. Like stronger player would just fold small pocket pairs in early position because your hands just don't have that much playability. And then gonna get outplay a lot, gonna get 3 bet a lot, and then it's just not profitable. Here with jacks, ace high board against the fish, we're just gonna chat behind here. We have another ace as well. This is like the 4th aces we have on this table. It's just a little bit crazy. Here we're just gonna start betting for value. A little over half the pot. King 10 suited, we can 3 bet. Folding is fine too. I don't like calling. Pocket queen's definitely gonna open under the gun. We got 4 bet here. We're just gonna fold. Against a fishy player, he's almost never doing this as a bluff. We're not gonna fold. Pretty good flop for queens. Unless they have like pocket threes, pocket sevens, we almost always have the best hand here. We're just gonna do a small c bet. Here we're not gonna call with the queen jack off. Here we're gonna defend with queen nine off. Here we do get raised. We're only losing to pocket threes and pocket sevens. He's never having jacks here. He's gonna 3 bet with jacks. He might be doing this with some kind of jack, king jack, queen jack, which is gonna call and play this in position. He could have a diamond draw as well, but less likely. Here with the middle pair, just gonna. Oh wow. Okay. Uh, Probably not gonna call. This guy could easily have pocket threes or pocket sevens. He could be having like a draw. Here we got dunk bet and then we have flush draw. Definitely just gonna call. We're gonna fold and then see what they have. Queens are really good here. Sometimes it might surprise you. Oh, he had jacks. Holy shit. Set over set. So we had the worst hand. But we only losing a little bit of money, which is nice. Here he barrel really big here on the turn. When he does this, I'm not sure if our queen is good. Maybe just the flush it. Only spades are good. I don't think queen is good here. We're just gonna fold. Pretty good flop for queens. Gonna do a small c bet. Defend with ace 8 offsuit. Just gonna check to him. Most likely just check folding here. Just gonna fold. 7 suited facing 3 bets. Just gonna fold. Ace king suited. Easy open. I'm gonna 3 bet with king jack suited in the small blind against button. Here we're gonna do a small c bet. We got check to the second time. We're just gonna try to bet and take it down. Got 4 betted. We're just gonna fold here. We're almost never good. Never in good shape against any kind of hands, unless you have like small, like pocket tens or pocket nines. But I don't see him for betting with those kind of hands. Flop middle sets. Only losing to queens. I think he's definitely for betting with queens. So very likely we had the best hand here. Just gonna do a small c bet. Hopefully he has like aces or kings and trying to trap us. Amazing turn. Nothing changes. We're just gonna barrel pretty big here and try to get it in on the river. 20. We'll just take it down. We got flat call by the button. This flop hits his calling range a lot, so we're just gonna check. Here with ace 4 suited, we can put in a 3 bet. I don't like calling. Probably just putting a 3 bet. Here we're just gonna check call. 7 makes it a straight. He could definitely have some 7s in his range. Just gonna check. Probably check call again. And then okay, any 10s a straight, any 4s a straight. We're just gonna check. Depending on what he does on the river, depending on how much he bets. Probably folding. Against that sizing, we're definitely folding. We don't beat anything, basically. Here with the ace, we're just gonna continue. Here we turn a gotcha straight draw. We're just gonna try to bet for value, and we can also wrap the ace as well. Play exactly the same way. Here we're just gonna probably check call again. Not many draws on the flop though, so if he barrel this, if he triple barrel this, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for us to call. But not folding yet. Just gonna check. I don't know this player. Never play with him. He could easily have like a bigger ace here. I think we're actually gonna fold here because there's like nothing on the flop in turn. So I guess he can have like 6 6 8 or something, and then Just decided to bluff the river, but yeah, we're just gonna fold here. Don't think we're winning that often there. Here, pocket tens facing a 4-bet. He could have ace king here, so we can still have the best hand. Um, a lot of time he'll have aces, kings, and queens here. Jacks. Uh, we're gonna we're gonna call and see a flop. We still beat ace king, so probably call once. Here, definitely gonna 3-bet with ace king. We're gonna call this. Got called by 2 spots. Here he checked to us. He could have ace king here. He could have aces and kings. Obviously, he could have aces, kings, and queens. Here we're gonna do a 30% c bet. We can check behind and then and we can bet to protect our equity. I like betting here. Let's just bet like maybe like $50. Because we can have a lot of pocket nines and pocket jacks here. So if he only has ace jack, ace king, it's very difficult for him to turn his hand into a bluff because he's drawing dead against us. If we have pocket jacks and pocket nines, he folds, so he probably just have ace king. We got called. He could have like jacks. He could have pocket nines. He could have tens. We're just gonna barrel this actually, cause pot is pretty big. Just gonna barrel in, and then if we get called, then we just give up the river. $60 is probably the right sizing for him to fold like nice. Cause this bet looks like we just milking him, setting up for a river jam. Here with nice, definitely gonna 3-bet against the cutoff raise and a button open, button call. Good job, good thing we just take it up, pick it up the pot, which is always nice. Because I don't think we have the best hand there. He definitely had like some kind of pocket pairs. We got called by this guy. We're a little deeper, so we have to be careful, but we can't really lose that much money with pocket nice. Got called by both. Pocket nice on this flop is almost never good when our 3-bet gets called by 2 players, so we're just gonna check and probably give up. This guy definitely seems like a bad player. This is like a questionable rag. I don't think it's that good, but he doesn't do something crazy either. With queens, we definitely put in a 3-bet and get it in. I'm just gonna check. Got called pretty quickly. That says that he probably has like something like ace king. Definitely not the flop we want to see. He has a lot of aces in his range. He could also have jacks though. But we got called by 2 spots, so we're just gonna check. This guy's like a super loose fish. And he's kinda crazy too. We're just gonna fold pocket nines here. Not gonna try to bluff this guy for sure. This guy is probably still bluffable, but this guy is just insane. He calls everything. Here we flop a set. We're just gonna actually we're gonna use a bigger sizing here because he can have a lot of king queen king jack. We're just gonna fold here. We're just gonna fold here. queens on this board is like not valuable at all. Like it's pretty much the same as pocket nines. I mean, it's queens, it looks pretty and stuff, but it's just not worth any extra money. Here we got bugged out. Good thing that we didn't have like aces or like real hints there. That would really suck. Uh, Playing this deep, we're gonna call it pocket eights out of position. Here we're gonna call and see a flop, since we're pretty deep. Not gonna fold to that yet, because we could have a lot of aces in our range. Just gonna check. Here we don't flop anything, so we're just gonna fold. Here we flop top pair, definitely an easy C bet. Got check raised. He could have pocket fours, pocket eights, king eights. I don't think he has king queen. And then we revert the set. But when he checked the turn, that means that he doesn't have an ace. Most of the time means that he doesn't have an ace. Here we're just gonna actually we're gonna check it to him. Hopefully he bluff at it. Hopefully he has like two diamonds. He doesn't bluff at it. That's unfortunate. He was just doing it with air. Here we're just gonna we were gonna bet this turn, but we got timed out. I'm just gonna actually I think king high might be good here. Oh, he reversed the knight. Okay. Don't think he's folding the river anyways when he hit the knight. I don't think we need the 8 on the river. I think we had the best hand all along. Let's find out. Oh, he has pocket nines. Okay, we sucked out. But we are not getting another street of value there. If we bet the river, he's folding, definitely folding. Because we play like we have aces. I mean, at least some kind of ace. Here with the gacha straight draw, we're just gonna call in position. Turn open-ended. He check it to us. King is definitely gonna 3-bet. Here we're gonna bet out. We don't get there, but we're gonna barrel this river. Pretty good river for us to bluff. Here we flop top set, just gonna do a small C bet. Just gonna bet like a little over half the pot. Should get the job done. Because we have all the sevens in our range, and then he doesn't. Here we got checked. We're just gonna bet for value here on the turn. Hopefully he doesn't have 6-4. I don't think so. He raised under the gun. He shouldn't have 6-4. We definitely had the best hand here. 4 doesn't change much. Even though it looks scary, yeah, we just get the bluff through. Because we have a lot of 7 in our range, and then he never has 7 there. I don't think this river matter that much. But I'm thinking like what else, what kind of hand he can call us with. With the way it played out, we're just gonna call it off with ace king. Hopefully, can we hold? We can here with the flush draw facing that bet, that C bet, definitely a call. We didn't call the 3-bet pre-flop to fold when we have a flush draw. Here we're just gonna check behind actually. I don't see him having any hands that would call a river bet, so we're just gonna check. Yeah, he's definitely not calling this river. Ace King definitely a 3-bet. Probably just get it in if he putting a 4-bet. This guy has been 3-betting, 4-betting our ass all day. Here he check it to us. That means he's afraid of the king, so he could have jacks and queens. Um, I think we just check behind here. I think we have ace king, we probably check behind as well. Just check behind here, and we don't get there. Here we're gonna barrel with 2 flush draw out there. Gonna bet pretty big. Hopefully he has like king queen. He could have ace king here too. He checked to us one more time, and I'm thinking we're not folding here. Definitely calling. He turned the trips. Well, it's unlucky, but we're never folding there. I'm thinking if you fold queens or jacks here. Um, he might. Let's try. I think he has jacks and queens here a lot, very, very often. On this flop, we're gonna c-bet a little bit bigger. Oh, we got called. Yeah, he has jacks. I was just thinking that if he's gonna fold jacks, unfortunately it didn't work out for us. Here we're just gonna do a small c-bet and then fold because it's a pretty bad flop. But it's a bad flop for us. It doesn't mean that it's a good flop for him either. And over here, he turned trips eights. It's just nothing we can do there. He shouldn't play that way. We pick up some extra equity with the 10 on the turn. But it's okay. Like this, we're never folding kings, ace king there because there are 2 flush draw out there and there's straight draw out there. So we're never folding. So it's okay that we lose the stack there. It's just that unfortunate that he get there on the turn. But it's gonna happen sometimes. Doesn't mean that you misplay it or anything. It just means that you got sucked out pretty much. We're just gonna check behind here with the second pair. He checked behind. We're just gonna. I think he has a lot of ace here with maybe like a spades. I don't think he's ever folding. We're just gonna check and give up. Here with the jack on the turn, we're just gonna bet and try to take it down. He only has pocket fours, but that's okay. Uh, Here he bet out. What can he have? Not sure what can he have here. Oh, we're just gonna fold ace queen offsuit here against under the gun plus 1 3-bet. Sometimes we call. I feel like he has a lot of queen 10 and king queen kind of hand. Uh, of course he could have ace jack, but I don't know if ace jack played this way. Uh, it's just such a weird spot that he lead out here. Bet the turn and then he just called and then he just lead out on the four of clubs. Doesn't really make sense. Here we're gonna put in a 4-bet. I just want to call because I'm not sure what he's doing this with. I feel like he has a lot of queen 10, king queen kind of hand. 4-7. Holy shit. Okay, that makes sense. He rivered the 2 pair. But like I say, like he didn't really have that much there. Here we flopped the ace with 2 diamonds. It's almost too good of a hand to bet. But since we are pretty deep, so we're just gonna put in a bet. C betting is a little bit bigger than normal because we're kind of deep. Here, king queen suited, definitely a 3 bet. And with pocket fours here, we're just set mining. And once we miss the flop, we're folding. Overs and flush draw. I think I like check calling here. Jack 8 hits a lot of his calling range. And we still have very strong hand, so we're just gonna check call. Cause I think if we see bet, we get raised a lot on this flop. Um, Small bet. Just gonna call. Turns out 8 pretty bad card for us. Like he can have a bolt and we're drawing dead. I'm gonna 3 bet with nice. Definitely folding now. Um, there's always a possibility that we get bluffed there, but it's okay. Just gonna check again. Really small 4 bets. We're gonna call this turn because he can have a lot of king queen, queen 10, king 10. But after this river, we're never good. This 10 is just really bad for us and really good for his range. Oh, what happened? Oh, here we're gonna call this small 4 bet. Oh, here is queen, yeah. So he has like a ace of diamonds type of hand. Good thing that he didn't try to bluff us on the river. Uh, on this flop, pocket nice is almost never good against his 4 betting range. Um, we're just gonna fold here. It's pretty easy fold. Just gonna call. Hmm. We're gonna bet a little bit here with the third pair. Um, that's a pretty bad river. Really, really bad river. Here we got 3 bets. We're gonna put in a 4 bet. Um, we block aces. We block ace king. Here we turn an ace. We're just gonna start betting for value. This is really bad river. He probably yeah, just a really bad river. We had him on the turn when we bet, but he'll be like he'll like have a lot of king queen queen 10 there, and then he just get there on the river. Uh, Against this crazy guy, I'm thinking what's the best way to play our ace king. Cause he's definitely calling a 4 bet, and then we're just putting ourselves in a pretty tough situation, out of position. Almost 300 big blind deep. Um, we're just gonna call here. See a flop. Probably just gonna check fold. That's fine. Cause that guy is like never folding anything, and then when you're betting to him, he'll like do some kind of crazy race. have a lot of history with him, so I'm not gonna put ourselves in that spot to the thing I call that. Probably check call again. Just gonna bet out, pretending like we missed the flush. Try to take the pot away from him. Okay, chop chop. Here we're just gonna fold a7. Um, that's a crazy shove. We're never calling that. We have ace king, easy call. Ace queen's a fold. Ace 10 offsuit facing under the gun raise is just a fold. Pretty bad flop. But we're still gonna try to bet pretty big. Just pick up the pot. Um, Actually, we're gonna do something that's we don't normally do. We're gonna call in small blind here because we have a fish in a big blind. He could very much just join the pot. He doesn't, unfortunately. Here, ace high flop. With kings, it's just not good. We're just gonna check here. Here against two fishes, we're just gonna check behind with that gotcha straight draw. He checked the flop. We're just gonna check again. Here we can start betting for a little bit of value. Um, Turn the king. I'm gonna call once. And jacks makes it a straight. Hopefully he just check. Hopefully we just sucked out. We did. Here we're just gonna check. Possibly check call, because he could have flush draw here. I bet 37. Here pocket 7 is a fold. I think we're gonna call this bet. He has a lot of busted draw. Yes, he did have a busted draw. Here facing button 3 bet when we raise under the gun. He normally has a very strong range. Even though Jack 10 suited looks very beautiful, but playing our range against his out of position is probably not the smartest. We can definitely put in a 4 bet, but I don't like just calling here out of position with Jack 10 suited, because his range is way stronger than ours. We're gonna see a flop 3-way. Just gonna check. King Queen, we're just gonna defend here. Probably check call. He see bet a little over half the pot. With bottom pair here, I think we can cut. Uh, Actually, just gonna fold here. And here we're just gonna fold. Here we got 3 bet by the blind. With queens, putting a 4 bet here is okay, but I like just calling this 3 bet because his range is pretty strong when he 3 bet our under the gun raise with in the blinds. So we're just gonna call and see a flop. We flop top set. He's never gonna put us on top sets. So if he has ace, if he really has a strong hand like aces and kings, he's never folding here. And he would never put us on like jacks or queens. Jacks maybe, but almost never queens. He could have ace king here too, but his range is very strong. His range is like ace queen plus, aces, kings, queens, jacks. Uh, we're gonna put in a little bit of raise here because we underwrap our hands a lot, and then we're kind of deep, so I want him to put more money in. Here we flop trips. If he had like aces or kings, he should jam here. Against that, I'll definitely just putting a raise. This guy is probably like a fish player. Uh, um, I'm gonna just bet like kind of small here, around like a little over half the pot. He jammed. We pretty much had the nuts here. He's almost never having pocket threes. This is an easy call. Oh shit, we got outkicked. Chop chop. Oh no, never mind. He has an 8. Shit, that's unlucky. He was just gonna put it in. He had aces. Nice. Wow, that was just unlucky. So we both flop trips. Up here, we're definitely gonna pretty sizable 3 bet with aces facing under the gun raise and the cutoff call. Yeah, that was just unfortunate. We both flop trips, and then he raised under the gun too, so it's kind of like what the hell. Here it's easy decision with aces. Hopefully we hold. Against kings, that's a cooler. Can we hold? Yes, we can. Yeah, that's kind of like an odd hand. Like it's kind of weird because he raised under the gun or like mid position, and we defending in the blinds, and then we both flop trips sixes, and then he raised under the gun with a6 suited, which is like kind of loose, but he had a fish tack. We just tacking a fish, so fish does whatever they want, right? And it's okay. It backfires sometimes, but in a long run, it's always good. Here we flop opened it with the black backdoor flush draw. Just gonna do a pretty standard c bet. He might check raise here a lot, and then he does, because a5-3 hits his big blind range way more often than our mid position open range, so he's not gonna believe us having a real hand. Of course, we can have like some over pocket pairs. We're just gonna call here and continue. Hopefully we'll get there. We don't, but he shouldn't like this king because king hits our range way harder than his. Um, I'm not gonna bet yet though because he's never folding an 8 if we bet this turn, and then if we check and then bluff the river when missed, it's more reputable that we have a king. Or we can just hit the nuts. Not really the nuts. Backdoor flush gets there, but mostly like we have the nuts here. And here we flop top sets, which is gonna actually bet pretty big here. This board connects pretty well with his calling range as well. Unfortunately, he just fold. Um, since he check raised the flop, it makes him less likely to have two spades. But it is possibility he could have a set here. Um, backdoor spades though. Ace, we don't block any spades. I'm thinking if we should put in a raise. I think he's doing this with a set. We're just gonna raise a little bit and probably fold to a jam. Hopefully he doesn't jam though. He just fold, so he was just trying to steal. He fold pretty quickly too, which is an obvious sign that he was just stealing. Here with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, original razor, but we're just gonna check here though, against two players. Here we flop a gut shot, we're just gonna check. And we're gonna check fold. Um, Against that sizing we're folding, if he bets like 30% or something, we can definitely continue with this hand. Because we raised under the gun, like that, 9-8 doesn't hit our range that hard. And he can have all the good stair, pocket nines, pocket eights, something like that. 9-8, 10 jack, for open this straight draw over cards. We can 3-bet here, but decide not to. Pocket aces again here, very nice. 600. No action, everyone folded. The pace is a little bit slower today. We had bottom pair. We're just gonna check behind because we have like a lot of action, obviously. So we spend a lot more time thinking about our action instead of just, playing. Gonna isolate this guy. It's a fish. Here we're gonna call once. He could have just a nine, random nine. Um, Knight gets there though, so we're just gonna check behind. We'll probably lose this pot for sure. Flat middle pair. We're just gonna do a C bet with the backdoor flush draw. Just gonna do a small C bet. He limp pre-flop, so I'm not sure like what hand he could possibly have here. And then he just did like a weird check raise, check mid raise. Um, I don't really understand what he's trying to do here. Actually, we're just gonna call and then see a turn. Turns a brick. Not exactly sure like what hand he was doing that with. Maybe a flush draw, which we beat right now. But since our hand has some showdown value, there's no reason to bluff this turn. If we have like something like king queen or queen nine, or like a flush draw like ace king of diamonds, ace queen of diamond, we could definitely barrel this turn. But with our hands, we're just gonna check behind, and hopefully there's no diamond on the river, and then we just pick up the pot. And it is a diamond, so we don't really beat much now, unless he was just doing complete airballing bluff, which might be the case. He could be doing that with just a jack as well, like a really weak jack, like jack six, jack five, or something. I don't know why he do that, why he called that pre-flop, but we're just gonna check behind and see. Yeah, ace jack. That's kind of weird. So he limps on cutoff with ace jack, which is like extremely questionable. With ace deuce suited, we're gonna put in a three bet. 6-7 offsuit mid position. You can open, but it's a little bit loose. I don't know. This guy seems like a fish player, so I guess we can do that. Here, definitely gonna defend with 9-8 suited. Not gonna call that c bet. Just gonna check call this flop. When he check, I'm just gonna start betting out. Just small sizing is fine, cause he has a lot of ace high here. If we bet like more than half the pot, he's folding. We're just gonna check here. Probably have to call a bet. He three bet us. We are pretty deep, so we definitely can see a flop with queen a6 suited. Uh, I mean, he could have a jack here. I don't think he has a flush draw. Just gonna call. Hopefully he doesn't have a jack. Yeah, we just pick up the pot. Here with on this board, we're just gonna check behind. Here we flop middle pair. Gonna call once. We're pretty deep, so he has to be like extremely careful, even if he has like ace king. Here we're just gonna fold. And facing 3 bet and 4 bet, we're just gonna fold with queen jack offsuit. Here we're just gonna fold. Queen 10 offsuit. Oh, we're just gonna fold. Against like cutoff or cutoff or button open, we probably do a 3 bet there. But mid position is a little bit stronger. Jack's under the gun race. We're gonna put in a 3 bet. I don't want flag call and then get squeezed by the blinds, or like playing jacks 3 way is just not smart. Queen jack offsuit, we're just gonna fold. Here with one overcard, we're gonna do a c bet. Um, Turn a gut shot. He could have king queen here, so I don't think we should barrel this turn. Even if we have ace king, we probably just check behind here, because he can easily have king queen. So we're just gonna check behind, and the board just get progressively worse. He bet $2, we're just gonna call, and we wins. I realized when that guy bets like $2, he almost never has the best hand. Our C-bet gets called. This is not a good card to barrel with because he can have a lot of 5-6, 6-7, 6-8. So we're just gonna check and give up. Here we're gonna see a flop with A7 suited in a blind. I'm just gonna fold. I'm just gonna fold. Ace Jack offsuit facing under the gun raise. I don't like 3-betting here. I think 3-betting here is a mistake. Calling is the worst mistake, so we're just gonna fold. Suited you can probably 3-bet. Just play a little bit better post flop. We flop a gut shot straight flush draw. Definitely gonna do a c-bet. We might get check raise here a lot. He just give up. Here with 6-5 suited, 3-way, and we're in the blind with the discount. Definitely gonna call and see a flop. Flop, open-ended straight draw to the nuts. With the backdoor heart as well. Here we have bottom pair, we're just gonna check behind. Turn trips. Gonna start betting a little bit. It's a pretty big bet, and then we're pretty deep, so I don't want to check raise, and then not able to see a turn, so we're just gonna flat call since we still have the open-ended straight draw to the nuts, and then we're like almost 300 big blind deep, which is very nice if we hit our hand. We don't, but we do pick up extra equity with the pair, so we're just gonna check call again. If the turn's like a queen or something, like a queen or jack, and then we check he barrel again, we probably just fold. He bet over the pot. This basically tell you that he has a queen. $50 to win 95. I'm trying to think if we hit our hands, is he gonna pay us off? Probably not because of the 5. So if we hit our straight, he's probably not gonna pay us off. Which makes it better to just fold here actually. If you bet a little less, like $30 or 25, definitely a call. Here we turn a jack, which is gonna bet full value. And we're just gonna bet full value again here on the river. Oops, yeah, ace jack. That sucks. But it's the same. If we check, he's gonna bet. And then we have to call anyways. The result is the same. Ace 3, we're just gonna fold. Actually, that was a mistake. I think I should 3-bet that because he's very deep as well. Queen 10 offsuit getting 3-bet, easy fold. Here with the backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw, we're probably just gonna check call. He checked it. We're just gonna check. Over here with pocket fours, we're just gonna check fold. We don't. Our hands have no equity. Doesn't play that well. We're just gonna check. Hopefully we win with ace high. He has to bet like $12. Just gonna fold. And here we're just gonna check. Pocket four wings, nice. Here we flop an ace. We're just gonna check behind here just to balance our checking range a little bit. So when we check behind, we sometimes have top pair as well. Uh, he could have a 10 here, but a lot of time you have like some kind of draw. King, queen, king, jack, and maybe flush draw, clubs and spades. So we're just gonna call. Pretty good card on the river. We're just gonna call it off. So he could very much have like king, queen, king, jack. It's a pretty easy call. Or he can have trips. It's unfortunate that he had trips there, but a lot of time he'll be bluffing there. Gets under the gun raise. Uh, we're actually gonna try to play our aces a little bit tricky here. We're just gonna flat call, and then hopefully somebody squeeze. Here we're gonna see bet pretty big with jacks. Pretty good flop for us. Here we're just gonna small c bet. He can't really connect with this board that much. Nobody squeezes, but it's a pretty good flop for aces. Here we're gonna put in a second barrel, I think. Actually, we're just gonna check. Here we're gonna put in a raise. All in for $13. Just gonna check behind. Okay. Ugh. Let's just call. Oh, we get dominated. Ouch. That's fine. The result was actually the same on the ace deuce hand, because if we bet the flop, he's definitely gonna call, and then on the turn he's gonna probably check raise. So we still lose 2 streets of value. It's just the way it happens. Like it didn't change the result. No matter what, we're gonna lose like 2 bets there. Here with the kings, definitely gonna 3-bet. Gonna call with pocket threes. Try to flop a set, and we don't. We just check fold. Queen 10 755 board. Just gonna fold. We're gonna do a c bet, small c bet. They can't really connect with the 755 board, so our c bet would be profitable in a long run. Pocket deuces is just a fold. Here, this guy limps ace jack last time at cutoff. but it doesn't matter. Still not gonna stop us from raising him. Here we got called. Uh, if we're like queen 10 of diamonds or something, like pick up extra equity, then we can barrel this. Since we have like nothing, just gonna check fold. We're just gonna do a small c bet on this flop. I'm pretty sure our hand's still stronger than his limping range. Here on this flop, we're just gonna bet a little over half the pot. Actually, I'm gonna bet 75%. We're gonna check behind. Ace high is good here most of the time. And here we got an ace. I think we just try to bet something. He might think that we're chopping playing the board. So just gonna bet like a little over half the pot. And he just fold. Oops. Gonna defend with knight a suited. Here we flop a pair in the nut flush draw. Definitely gonna see bet. And he could very much check raise us here. And we're happy to see that. Um, Turn pair the board isn't the greatest. We're just gonna check behind here. Barreling doesn't really make sense because he's never folding a 10. And obviously he's never folding a 6. And he's never folding a flush draw as well. So we're just gonna check behind. And then we get there on the river. I don't think he has that many bold in his range because we block pocket 3s. If he has pocket 10s, he probably 3-bet pre-flop. 10-6 is a fold, 10-6-7. The only bold combination he has is 6-7. So we should be pretty comfortable putting a value bet here. And he most likely will call with the 10, and then anything else he would just fold. Gonna wrap up the session here. We play about 1,000 hands. That's about the same amount. That's about the amount of hands I'll play each session. At least on string or recording. When by myself, sometimes I play like 3-4,000 hand session. Just gonna try to wrap up the session. 7-8 suited is definitely a defend blind versus blind. 7-9 suited is a defend. 3-betting is okay too, but I like just calling with those kind of hands. That are more valuable when we see a flop. Like this, we just flop the nuts. Here we turn got shot straight draw, but no reason to bet. We're just gonna check behind. And we pair up our 8s, and I don't think we're getting any value from anything worse, so we're just gonna check behind. Here we have overs and got shot straight draw, definitely good enough for c-bet. Here we're just gonna check raise, pretty big here. With our nuts. And he might be thinking that we're making a move too, because 10-8-6 board is hits our range way more harder than it hits his. Unfortunately, he has nothing, but that's fine. Okay, let's see how we did today. We were up almost $500. Uh, Pretty volatile session too, like a lot of big up and down, but mostly going up. Um, our EV was $243, so we ran a little bit better. We ran like one buying above our EV. At height, we up almost 700. Overall, I like our play. I don't think we make too many mistakes. There are some cooler hands, but yeah, overall a good session. And hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.